And welcome to the Aggressive Optimism Podcast. I'm your host, Jenna Edwards, and today I want to talk to you about a topic that makes me slightly uncomfortable. It's this idea of dreaming safe. So, for a long time, I thought I was the ambitious one, honestly, like the rebellious one. Still kind of feel that way. The one to break the patterns because I grew up in a small town, right? You all probably know this by now, with only 2006 people. It was before the internet. I had teenage parents, and we didn't have a whole lot. There was addiction and instability in my family. And on paper, I was basically a walking statistic. And I knew that. And it wasn't like in a dramatic way, it was just kind of quietly knew within myself. I understood early that the expectations around me were modest at best. So when I decided I was going to leave and go to college and become a career woman, not get married right out of high school, that felt really huge. It felt rebellious. That felt like I was outrunning the script that had been written for me, right? And I was really proud of that. And I have to say, before I go any further, my mom was super ambitious. She worked really hard. She kept going. She modeled resilience in ways I didn't fully understand until I was older. So this isn't me saying I came from a place where no one tried. That's not it at all. It's more that the circumstances for me were really heavy, right? And when circumstances are heavy, survival becomes the focus. And when survival's the focus, stability feels like a dream. So my big ambition was to be stable, to be calm, to be respectable. And compared to where I started, that was massive, y'all. But compared to who I actually was becoming, it was really safe. And that's the part that took me a long time to admit. Because when you grow up in chaos, safety feels radical. Calm feels like success. Predictability feels like luxury. So of course my dream was get the degree, get the job, have the nice house, be responsible, be steady. And listen, that's not a bad dream. Not at all. As a creative, honestly, there are some days that I wonder what my life would be like if I had gone the quote stable route. And in those moments, that dream feels wonderful, but it's just not who I am. Right? Not good, not bad, just is. That said, at the time, it felt like who I wanted to be, and that dream got me out. It proved I wasn't a statistic. But at some point, my world expanded, and I started meeting people whose ceilings were different, whose ambitions weren't shaped by fear or instability. And I remember having this quiet, uncomfortable thought. I was like, wait. What if stability is the baseline, not the finish line? I remember having a conversation with my high school boyfriend, and we were both juniors at the time, and we were talking about college, and the conversation came to a point where we identified that I was a survivor and he was a thriver. And honestly, at the time, I had so much pride in being a survivor that the idea of thriving didn't feel like a good thing. That thought really messed with me, because I had already decided just getting out, just surviving in a bigger way was enough. And suddenly enough felt really tight, right? Like a sweater that used to fit and didn't fit anymore. Outgrowing a safe dream feels almost ungrateful. Like, wasn't this what you fought for? And yes, it was. It was brave in context, but it wasn't the full truth. And that destroyed the belief that ambition has a ceiling. Because I had quietly installed a ceiling all on my own. I had decided how far was far enough. And it was just far enough to impress people who underestimated me. But not far enough to scare or excite myself. And growth will always scare you a little. Dreaming safe got me stable. Dreaming honestly got me aligned, and those things are not the same. If something in your life feels tight right now, it might not mean you're failing. It might mean you've expanded. And I want you to lean in and really hear this. You are allowed to expand. It is not betrayal. It's growth. And growth is kind of the whole point, right? At least it is for me. Okay, so if this resonated with you, I want you to share it with someone who might be quietly realizing their big dream was actually their safe dream. This week, I'm wrapping up the solo episodes, and starting Monday, I'll be bringing in guests to talk about how they achieved their biggest, most audacious goals. Because I really do believe there's a million ways to do anything, and I want us to hear as many of them as possible. So follow the show, leave a review, and until next time, go be realistic. And by realistic, I mean optimistic. Let's do this.